Welcome to the Curated Beauty Podcast. Jessica Christie here, a health and beauty enthusiast who became a medical practitioner to be the authority on how to enhance both your outer beauty and inner beauty for the most confident glow. Founding and owning a multi-million-dollar aesthetic medical practice in Michigan, my mission is to bring all the bi-coastal innovations to the fresh coast of Michigan. From which aesthetic treatment gives you the most bang for your buck to how to create systems to be both professionally fulfilled and still have freedom of time and relationships, we will be diving into it all. Welcome back to the Curated Beauty Podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Christie, and I am really thrilled to talk about what we're going to talk about today. As a healthcare professional and a skincare expert with an extensive background in not only dermatology, but aesthetics and formulations of skincare, I'm often asked, what should I look for in a skincare product? Like, what do I need to be putting on my skin? And if they're not asking that, they're coming to me with skin concerns. And a huge part of getting the skin health right is what we're putting on topically. After all, the skin is the largest organ on the body or in the body. And what we are putting on it really does deserve a lot of careful thought about the ingredients, the formulations. And I get it. With the plethora of products on the market, it can be really challenging to make informed decisions. Marketing is in our ear. Influencers are in our ear. And how do you really hone in on what you need to be using? If you have 12 products and you're like all in and invested, are they playing well together? Do you need 12 products? So to simplify this process, I've curated a list of the top 10 ingredients that you should be looking for in your skincare regimen. And each of these ingredients is known for its unique skin nourishing, regenerating, and rejuvenating properties. So let's dive in. Number one on my list is peptides. So peptides are a chain of amino acids, essentially, small proteins that stimulate collagen production in the skin. And collagen is a vital ingredient for maintaining the skin's integrity and elasticity and youthful appearance. Peptides are also actually really beneficial in wound healing and reducing inflammation, but the peptides such as those found in Alastin skincare are my favorite because there is a proprietary peptide in those products that contain something called trihex technology that actually not only helps stimulate and promote healthy new formation of collagen, but also cleans out the old dead collagen and elastin that honestly, if you didn't know this, when your collagen breaks down, what happens to it? It doesn't just get swept away. It kind of sits there as literally gelatinized material. We've heard of that concept of cellular senescence, and it's just like these little dead zombie cells that aren't doing much for us. So I love the Alastin skincare line. Anytime we're able to get that on our skin, that is really easily found through my Instagram bio, beautyculture.medspa. There's a link in the bio, but the reason that I recommend heading that way is because we offer a lot of education on skincare. I also put that in TikTok. Just really, really good skincare education is necessary because it's really hard to know who to trust. So even if you are using a whole other skincare line and you like it, if you can get one product with trihex technology in it, all of your other products that you've invested in are going to work that much better because think about like a garden and you're going to go plant this beautiful garden of fruits and vegetables in the spring. And you go out there with all your tools and your seeds and oh no, you forgot to till and prep the garden from the fall. You forgot to call the guys to help you do fall cleanup. So now you're kind of screwed. You don't have the tools and you just plant these seeds. Do you think that you are going to get very bountiful produce by doing it that way? Or do you think that you're going to get much better results if you were to have done that fall cleanup or said, you know what, I'm going to wait a second. Let me go get those tools and prep this garden and fertilize it properly? Obviously, it's the latter. So that is the essential component of trihex, and that's why I sing it from the rooftops. Number two, the second ingredient is non-nano zinc oxide. It's a type of mineral sunscreen ingredient. And sunscreen is probably one of the things with the most evidence behind premature aging. In fact, a large percentage of premature aging is from the sun. So there's no secret that sunscreen is very, very imperative if you are wanting to slow down that premature aging at the very least. From there, we want to focus on the fact that it's a mineral-based sunscreen because chemical sunscreens actually just kind of absorb into the skin and change the way that you absorb the UV light. And zinc oxide just reflects it right off. So it's providing broad spectrum coverage against UVA and UVB rays, and the non-nano zinc particles won't penetrate in the skin, making it safer for those with sensitive skin and also for people that are really cognizant about what is being systemically absorbed. Going back to that stat, the sun is responsible for up to 90% of premature skin aging. That is crazy. I had to look it up because I was like, I know it's really high. 90%, I'm like so shocked. That's a lot. Literally, you could do so much by just implementing an early facial sunscreen of mineral form. So I think it's nice to touch on the fact that people ask what's the difference between UVA and UVB rays. So that is the broad spectrum coverage term that's saying that it's proven to block both of those, UVA and UVB. These are both forms of ultraviolet radiation and part of the sun. UVA has longer wavelengths, so it's going to penetrate into the skin more deeply and is really the one responsible for those wrinkles and premature aging because it's getting more down into the dermis. While the UVB is those shorter wavelengths, and they're the ones that are responsible more so for the burns. And so we used to just think, oh, as long as I don't burn, I'm good. But we really need to be cognizant of the UVA protection as well. So my two favorites, I love the Silk Shield from Alastin Skincare. That actually has some of that Trihex that we talked about in number one. Also really lightweight, a silky feel, no cast to it, which that's another tough thing to find the right formulation to make the non-nano zinc not look white and pasty. We've always known zinc is great for protecting against sunscreens, but no one is going to put on the type of zinc that we would need without this careful formulation because we would look crazy. Then we're going to look at the Hydratint. The Hydratint is the tinted sunscreen that I love. It's so amazing. It's replaced my liquid foundation. It has a cult following. I'm telling you, people love this. That's usually the introductory product I can get people to try, and then they love it and they want more. Leaves a gorgeous glow, really soft. Both of these are just really soft, buttery touches. There is blue light protection, and they're both non-comedogenic, so they're not going to make you break out. And another thing I always hear people not like about sunscreen is the fragrance. This does not have a fragrance whatsoever. The other thing I really like about non-nano zinc is that you can put it on and immediately you're protected versus the chemical sunscreens where you need to wait about 15 minutes before going into direct sun. So another common question is people want to know how much do they need to put on. I usually put 2 full pumps of the Hydratint, which equates to 0.4 fluid ounces, or if you want to visualize that, it's 1/3 of a teaspoon or a nickel size dollop of product. From there, I would like to talk about number 3. So number 3 ingredient to look for in maybe part of your skincare ingredients is something with growth factors and exosomes being cutting edge, their ingredients. Growth factors are naturally occurring proteins that really regulate cellular growth and healing, and they can stimulate collagen and elastin production as well. So they're going to be crucial for maintaining that skin appearance. Exosomes are the little tiny vesicles that carry signaling molecules between cell to cell. And so in skincare, they work by enhancing the skin's natural repair processes and reducing inflammation. I will say that these two things under this umbrella of number 3, growth factors and exosomes, are something that I use more so with procedures in office, but we do have the Exo Balm that we have you take home after a procedure that is really, really amazing to kickstart all of that extra collagen and elastin that we want to see. From there, I would love to talk about number 4, antioxidants. So antioxidant is going to play a really essential role in protecting your skin from damage caused by free radicals and environmental pollutants. So they're going to slow down the skin's aging process and help reduce the appearance of fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation. So again, from there, I think that it's really imperative to talk about the ingredients, the forms in which that comes. So I think that you're naturally going to say, oh, perfect. Vitamin C is what I need to be using, right? Well, most vitamin Cs are really tough. And I tell you that because they're not stable and they actually can be irritating in the forms in which they are stable. So what I like to say is, okay, what is vitamin C? It is a antioxidant. And so we look at other antioxidants that are more stable and are more dialed into exactly what we want them to do. So I won't go into major detail, but elastin has a couple of different antioxidants that I really appreciate because they are tailored at what we're looking. And what do I mean by that? So for example, let's take the skin complex, for example. So the skin complex is my hero product. It has really everything that I need it to do. And it's going to have the Tri-X technology that we've already talked about, and then a whole slew of antioxidants. Antioxidants meaning niacinamide, which we'll talk about a little bit later, and then also the phosphatidylserine, things to actually work on pigmentation and brightening of the complexion. So there's really honestly just so much more than just vitamin C and vitamin E. Remember vitamin E oil? I think that was a big one that we all used to probably reach for. But I really have seen drastic changes and anti-aging benefits from the antioxidants right in the restorative skin complex. And actually they're in a lot of the elastin skincare ingredients. Number 5 is tranexamic acid. So this is a really exceptional ingredient for treating hyperpigmentation and discoloration. And it works by inhibiting the melanin production in the skin. This is going to ultimately lead to a lighter, more even skin tone, and it's also known for anti-inflammatory properties. So why do I bring this up? Traditionally, what we've used to brighten the skin or work on hyperpigmentation was hydroquinone and retinol and steroid. And a lot of times it was a combination of all of those things. So elastin came out with, not to keep talking about them, but they really are my favorite because they just hit so many birds with one stone. Their product is non-retinol, non-hydroquinone. So hydroquinone was tough because there was a lot of irritation that could be seen. Sometimes we were concerned about the source of where this hydroquinone came from. So we really needed to find an alternative product, but until Illuminate brightening serum from elastin, until this brightening serum, we actually were not able to find one that worked as well and was formulated as well as this product is. So really good at improving the appearance of skin tone, texture, redness even, and even up to moderate pigmentation when used for over 12 weeks. And the tolerability and safety is so amazing. The other thing that I love about this is that you're able to use it in pregnancy. So for those people who have melasma and they're really struggling with pregnancy hormones, that flare coming up, there's really a great alternative to be able to stay on top of your pigmentation while you're unable to get other potential treatments. So there's technology in this ingredient also to minimize the reoccurrence of surface pigment. The tranexamic acid, this is encapsulated in a little liposome, so it corrects the appearance of hyperpigmentation. And then here we have niacinamide again to reduce the appearance of that uneven skin tone. Next up on my list is azelaic acid. So azelaic acid is a dicarboxylic acid, which is going to help exfoliate the skin and unclog the pores. So you'll see it used a lot for acne prone or sensitive skin patients that need a less irritating form of something to work on their acne. It also has really good anti-inflammatory and skin lightening properties. So this is really great also to add into any patient with rosacea or melasma. There are a lot of over-the-counter products that are okay with azelaic acid in it. So it's just finding someone that sources ingredients from the correct places. You can even get a prescription from your dermatologist for azelaic acid And this one also is safe during pregnancy, which is great. Retinol is number 7. Retinol is a form of vitamin A, and it is one of the most effective anti-aging ingredients. It promotes cellular turnover, and it actually stimulates collagen on its own and helps reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. Traditionally, retinols have been very irritating. That is the downside. People won't use them because it makes them peel, it makes them feel irritated. But by far and away, this probably has the most science behind it in terms of reducing the fine lines and wrinkles and slowing the aging process. So this is where Elastin products come in. Elastin's proprietary lipid delivery service or system ensures that the active retinol is effectively delivered to the skin, to the layer that it needs to be in before it converts to the active form. So it's reducing that potential for the irritation, and it's improving tolerability, which when you can tolerate a product, what are you going to do with it? Oh, yeah, you're going to use it. So I like the addition that there's the oat extract and the silver mushroom extract to calm and soothe the skin, and actually has some other anti-irritants and antioxidants. And it's going to protect the skin against dehydration too, because there's some really good potent hydrators in there. So that is my favorite retinol by far and away. I personally use the 0.5 strength, which I think that even the most sensitive of skin types is very tolerable. But can I side note real quick? I don't believe that people have sensitive skin. I think they have a disrupted skin barrier, and there needs to be careful diligence to repair that and to maybe avoid things that they could be reacting to. Otherwise, even diet and gut in the environment. Which brings me to number 8, hyaluronic acid. So hyaluronic acid is a very powerful hydrating ingredient that can hold up to 1,000 times its weight in water. It helps keep the skin plump, hydrated, youthful looking. It's suitable for all skin types. And it really doesn't feel heavy or greasy because a lot of times it comes in a very light serum. Once again, I really do love the Elastin one. They've just really done the best job. I love it because not only does it work on the hydration boost of the skin immediately, it also has a proprietary peptide that helps you increase your own high molecular weight HA production. So you're going to have this deep, long-term plumping and anti-aging hydration benefit. So because it is repairing those natural layers and levels of the HA, it's going to minimize the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to make sure that when you get dermal fillers, it's really nicely complementing those procedures and helping them last longer. And additionally, the beauty is a lot of the HAs on the market, because of delivery, they use low molecular weight hyaluronic acid molecules, and those are actually seen as broken down, so your body goes after them. And so you can actually get some irritation or actually inflammation of your skin that could be sneaky. So if you're using an HA and you have irritated skin, which one are you using? It could have a low molecular weight HA molecule. Number 9, niacinamide. So this is a vitamin B3, and it's a multitasking skincare agent that helps build keratin for healthy skin. It minimizes inflammation, it enhances the skin barrier function, and it helps to regulate oil production. So it's really good at minimizing pores. I love it for acne, rosacea, pigmentation issues like melasma. It's just so good. And a lot of the Elastin products love to have niacinamide in it. And number 10 on this list is glycolic acid, which is an alpha hydroxy acid, and it's going to help exfoliate the skin, removing the dead skin cells from the skin surface. This ingredient not only helps reveal a fresher, brighter skin tone and texture, but it also, by promoting that cellular turnover, is going to boost collagen production. Glycolic acid is also really good, and this is where I fell in love with it, good at aiding in clearing up breakouts for those with acne-prone skin. What can happen is those dead skin cells that are just sitting on the surface, along with those sebum, oily production glands, those two components can really combine and get stuck in the pores as a waxy plug. And they can either become oxidized and be a blackhead, or get closed over and become a closed comedone or a whitehead. An excellent product to look for in this category would be the clear pore pads that we have, the Beauty Culture clear pore pads. Those can be found on our Beauty Culture store through our website, beautyculturespa.com, or through the link in our bio in our Instagram that I mentioned previous to this. And then also, I love the Resurface Skin Polish, which is amazing. This is also an elastin product. It's their newest one. My husband always says this is his favorite one. It has a combination of the glycolic acid, but also the volcanic mineral beads. And so that is giving you both the chemical exfoliation and the mechanical exfoliation for a really beautiful glow. Just remember, alpha hydroxy acid can make your skin more sensitive to the sun. So it's crucial to wear a broad spectrum sunscreen and make sure that when you are stripping this dead skin cell layer off, this is a great opportunity to get those peptides, those antioxidants, those really amazing high molecular weight hyaluronic acid products on to repair that skin barrier. So just remember, in this big world of skincare ingredients, it may seem incredibly daunting, and it is. But understand that you can learn the function and the benefits of each of these products so you can make informed decisions. Always remember, you can consult with a member of our team at beautyculturespa.com, book an appointment online. We even do virtual skincare. Additionally, we can create a regimen that's super unique and addresses your concerns, because 80% of the anti-aging regimen and the push is for you to be doing this at home. And 20% is the treatments in our office. Skin health, like many other aspects of our health, is an investment, but it yields long-term benefits. So I am so excited. I hope that this really launches a lot of you to dive deeper into what you're using skincare wise. And I cannot wait to see these glowing faces. Send me some selfies on Instagram. You know where to find me at beautyculture.medspa. Thank you so much for listening. And I cannot wait to come up with some more topics to get you glowing, not only on the inside, but also these outside little aesthetic talks are fun as well.
Congratulations, you have done it. You've reached the end of an episode on the Curated Beauty Podcast and have enriched a part of your self-care by discovering something new. I hope this time together added a little perspective to your day and will ultimately boost your confidence and give you the strength to do all the hard things. As we walk through this journey together, follow our Curated Beauty Podcast. And if this resonated with you, share it with a friend, save the episode, and also follow our social media platforms in the show notes. We love to engage with our listeners on all levels.